how long I'll be talking, to make 100K. Even if you don't like social media, that's fine too. As long as you have clarity on your offer and what you really provide for people, you can go outside and get you some money. But first, let's bring in the Zoom. Here we go. I'm not singing no song today. Okay, here we go. Well, good morning, good evening, what it do? How are you? Hooty hoo. Happy Wednesday too. I am the sound of money in your ear, doll Avant. That's D-O-double-O. I'm often imitated, never duplicated. They call me the $1 billion babe, aka the bitch queen, aka the people's coach, aka Coach Dollar Bill. And you are in the dollhouse. This is the home of the OGs. Because over here, we're getting off the financial grid. It's dangerous over there. I mean, why would you want to stay on the grid? Why would you want to stay where they playing in your face? Smiling in your face all the time. Listen, they are playing in your face. They're just talking about, oh yeah, victory, they say. They're just straight up lying at this point. Like, listen, you better follow your intuition, but tap in and go ahead and get your cash flow and buy you some assets and get out the way. Did you know you could buy stocks in other countries? You know that? You can like do something else. You can, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to just be stuck. I'm sitting here looking at my 401k and oh God, what's gonna happen? Like, let's make a move, let's get some gold or something, some silver, something. So you don't have to, be caught up when they kind of shift everything. They're not gonna tell you until it's too late, which is why I talk so much. Because no one else cared to tell you, but I'm gonna tell you what's really going on out here. So how y'all feeling? How y'all doing? It's Wednesday or whatever, middle of the week. I don't know. Do people crash out? Is that a thing that people still do? Like crash out, like hump day or something? Like the camel? Do we crash out in the middle of the week, or are we feeling great around this time, or what? That's what I need to know.
I feel great. Wednesday is actually my most productive days because I fast on Wednesdays.
Mm-hmm.
And now I've actually changed it. It's a sea moss fast. So I'm just here eating sea moss.
Okay,
but
sea moss.
yeah, I fast on Wednesdays, so it's more productive because I'm not thinking about food. I'm not trying to wash dishes. I'm not looking for my next meal. So I'm super productive because my body's not stuck in digestion. So
That's
for
cool.
me, it's a great day. Yeah.
That's good to know. I'm glad. Because I know people used to hate Wednesdays when it was, work employee time or whatever. I don't know. I'm so far removed from that. I'm transcending. Um, so today I promised you I was going to tell you at least one other pathway to make 100K, because you really can do this even if you haven't figured out your social media game yet and all of that. You just need to have something that you can charge at least $500 for, and this model will work for you. If you charge 1,000 or more than that, obviously it's easier to hit your number. But I'm doing this because it's actually, there's only two ways to make money, right? You're either going to sell something at a lower price point to a lot of people and you need some volume, or you're going to sell something at a higher price point to fewer people. It's one or the other. You know what I mean? It's not really that complicated. It's just a numbers game. So when I talk about $10,000 a month, $15,000 a month as a baseline, the reason why I do that is, number one, because $15,000 a month puts you in the top, I think it's 5% of people earning income in the world. Believe it or not. Certainly it's top 10. I want to say top 10. And that's enough for you to do what I keep saying. Find you somewhere to live that you control. Get your food and water under control. And then, make some moves and, go get you a second passport. Hire an immigration lawyer. Go visit somewhere and see. Maybe if you feel like you need to leave America or whatever, like, you have options. But if we just sit here, we just on E every week, every month, you know what I'm saying? Then we're going to be subject to whatever's coming. So I really want to normalize. You can make $10,000, $15,000 a month. Like, yes. Oh, yes, yes, you can. And I don't know why nobody talks like this. but I will. So if y'all have, first thing we need to do is make sure your offer is clear. What is it that we're selling people? And have you gone through the offer ladder? What you're offering for free? I gotta get back to that tomorrow because we never went over the 7 different ways to look at offering something for free in exchange to get somebody going down the path to being your customer. So we need to go through that. And I am going to be here after Friday. Friday's the 100th day. I'll still be here at 2 o'clock. So we have plenty of time to go through all of these nuances. But you need something for free, something kind of inexpensive that they could just buy as a no-brainer versus something that's more your core product. Maybe that's $500. Maybe that's $1,000. Maybe that's $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. I need to know where y'all are with. Do you have something that you could charge? I want to say $500 or more for, because I might get time to talk about the way to do it as a volume play, like something that's a lower price point and you got to sell it to more people. But I'm definitely going to cover the other way to do it, which is if you're charging $500 or $1,000 for something, or you're doing like, long-term contracts, and your service is $800 a month, but you only do 6 months or a year contract, like that. You see what I'm saying? And then you can also hit these numbers. So do we feel like we have a lot of clarity on what we offer and feel good about charging larger amounts? Like maybe having order minimums where you got a $1,500, 3-month minimum, things like that. Because my job is to help you hurry up and hit these financial goals so we can get out the way. But I don't really know how people feel. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't have order minimums, but sometimes I do give discounts if people purchase for the month. Yet even that feels kind of sloppy because I'm discounting my regular price as opposed to doing something different. I don't think my regular price is high enough to discount anyways.
So wait, where did the discount come in?
So like if somebody does like a month of assisted stretch, and which is basically just one stretch a week, it's not even that much.
Mm-hmm.
I think it needs to be more clear. Like if you buy a 10 pass, one assisted stretch, something like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because remember, it shouldn't be this easy to get access to you. Right? It's not just kind of like when you ask me about the massages, but your school packages are going to get you in the realm of what I'm talking about now. Because you could charge by $25 per student, but it's 500 students or whatever. You know what I mean? For like a semester or 6 weeks, and so. But yeah, when I say minimums, 6 months, 3 months up front. At least a month of classes, or something to where they're making a level of commitment to you, and it's not just like you pulling up and massaging for $25 and then you leave and go somewhere and $40 and you stretch it. You know what I mean? Your time is worth more than that. You can't scale a business where it's literally, that.
Yeah, and I'm feeling that too. Like the more I talk to humans, I realize, first of all, like I said, I make at least one customer every time I go out. Not every human.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna need employees. I'm gonna need a loft of other wellness providers that do what I do or can be taught what I do, so that I can keep on speaking to humans without feeling overwhelmed.
Yeah, exactly. And so the pricing, model, which we're really starting on now, has to support that, right? It can't just be $20 here and $40 there kind of thing. So
I agree.
Let's see how far we get on this today. But welcome to y'all who are streaming. Also, shout out to y'all. Again, today's topic is the pathway to 100K. So expanding our thinking. Yes, you can do it. I don't care what you sell. Yes, you can. Now, if you don't have clarity on your offer, you don't speak in a way that's like obvious what it is you sell and why I should care and what makes you different. And if it doesn't sound like your DNA, your signature, your thumbprint is on it when you speak, if I don't hear the sound of money when you speak, we have to work on that first. Okay. So I know a lot of people want to jump to this part. That's not how it works. This is a recipe. Okay. So that in mind, let me give you what I got so we can go ahead on to that. Y'all know why I do this work, right? It's because you're brilliant. You're actually brilliant. Like, I know what you have. Like, I wouldn't lie to you. I just be like, go back to the drawing board. This is not, no, this is not a business. I'm so sorry. Sorry, not sorry. But the ones, especially the ones I've spent time like listening to what you have to say, what you want to offer, like you have something amazing to offer the world. You just need to know how to put it in this format. You know what I mean? That would be like me saying, you got all these ingredients in your kitchen. Oh my gosh, you can make so much food. You're like, yeah, but I don't know how to cook. So my job is to teach you how to cook. Okay. So now, some people are going to listen to what I'm saying right now, and then they're going to go right back to the frequency they were on before I started talking today. Because I'm telling you, $10,000 a month, 100K, that's really more than 100K a year. Okay. You can do this. Let's get some elements. Let's take some notes. Let's start to sketch out a plan to get you there. But some people in their brain are just going to go right back to what they were on and right back to whatever Trump them talking about instead of locking in. I need us to lock in. Okay. But the pathway to $100,000, like that you intentionally made in your business, not like you looked up and didn't know you made this money, intentionally making it, doing it again, scaling from there, is not about knowing more information. Instead, you have to decide to be the version of yourself who's walking in that. Okay. So I'm giving you the roadmap right now. Or I'm taking the entrepreneur's roadmap and I'm turning it into a business model for you today. That's what we're doing. So I can't, every time I go to this screen, I can't see my Zoom. Okay, there y'all are. Hey, y'all. Okay. All right. So let's fix it. Let's fix all of the things. You've been in business for a while. You've been floating around. You've been going and talking to people, doing all this and that, and you just serving anybody who shows up, anybody who want to pay you, you take it. $50 here, $100. But there's no system, and that's why you're tired and exhausted, and you're wondering why the money is not stacking up. It's just like I had a little money, then I had to spend it, and I had a little money, and I had to spend. No more. We're gonna fix this. 3 things we need to do to make a map, a roadmap for you to get to 100K. If you build towards a bigger number, that's fine too. Okay. Depending on what you're charging. I don't know what y'all are selling, but this is how it works. Okay. You have a skill set, you have a vision, you're brilliant, you have a product, you have a worldview, something that makes you different than anybody else who does what you do. Okay. You want to do these things for your family, your community, you want to leave a legacy, all this stuff. But your bank account, I don't want you to look at your bank account and get frustrated anymore. I don't want you to look at your bank account and feel like you're doing something wrong. Don't listen to people who are still judging you by the money, because those same people are going to be borrowing money from you before it's all over. Listen to what I'm telling you. Whatever's in your bank account or not in your bank account right now, it's not a judgment on you. It's all it's doing is it's communicating to you inconsistency. Your bank account's telling you, well, I almost launched, I had this great idea, I had this opportunity, had this thing that I wanted to do a long time ago, but something happened and I didn't do it. Your bank account is just saying, out of all the calls that I have, the people that I talk to, that they really like what I do, I just don't follow up with them. That's all your bank account is saying. Okay, so to make our brilliance match our bank account, it's a systems problem. We got to lock into a system that gives it the level of consistency that it needs for it to translate and show up in our bank account. Okay, we can do this. So all this knowledge and I'm sharing with y'all and doing all this is day 98, the 100-day challenge. Y'all been showing up and doing all the things. So you're here. You're right here. So if you're still quoting people hourly rates, if you're still charging less than you know you're worth, even after all this talking we've been doing, you are the value, you are enough because you are everything. You know what I mean? You're hearing all the stuff. You know that what I'm saying is true. You know the truth by the way it feels. You're doing all of this. but you still are waiting for people to reach out to you because you feel like reaching out feels pushy. You have an offer in your head or somewhere in your chat GPT, but you haven't sent it out to anybody. We gotta we gotta overcome that hurdle today. I need you to take what I've said and actually go build a plan around it. Okay? This is the largest wealth transfer in human history. Doesn't matter the fact that we're in a war. You know what? You know what? Trump works for you right now. What you mean, dog? Listen to what I'm telling you. The fact that they got time to get on national TV, as my mother would say, and literally lie to the American people and say, oh, we won the war, and oh, they're going to do everything we said, and oh, when they're actually doing nothing that Trump originally asked for, and they have their original thing that they asked for. It was a 10-point plan. They said, this is what we want. It's non-negotiable. They got more than what they asked for. We got nothing that we asked for. They're still enriching the uranium. They are still in control of the Strait of Hormuz. They are taxing you. When the ship come this way, it's $2 million. If you got to turn around, come back to get back home, it's another $2 million. They didn't have that before. They have that now. Before this happened, they were saying no more uranium. We're not going to make a nuclear weapon. Now they're saying we shall enrich our uranium, and you're not going to do nothing about it. Before, they were sanctioned by the United Nations and shut down and couldn't participate in the global economy. Now they said all the sanctions must be gone. And Trump's talking about, yes, this is great. We will consider this 10-point plan as if it was his idea. Now, you know what? I'm telling y'all, mental illness is real. I don't know. They might be telling him that this was our idea. He might not know that this is what Iran has been saying from the jump. So he might think he won, but they're getting on TV telling you that we won. It's not true. They said all the U.S. military must be out. Out. I'm talking about the whole Middle East. Gone. No ships, no people on the ground, no military bases. You must leave. This is what they said that they agreed to. You know that's not going to happen, y'all, so it's not over. But anyway, my point. While they got time to get on TV and tell you everything is fine, we solved the problem, we came to an agreement, that means people over here think it's fine. So this is our window of time to get our businesses cranked up and going so you can get past the $100,000 mark. So if you need to jump up and move you or your family and get out of Dodge, you can do that. There's no reason for you to be stuck when we can just go and make some money right quick before people start panicking and freaking out. You see what I'm saying? So let us take this window of time. All of our creativity, all of our resilience, our cultural intelligence, everything. And let's move in this moment in a way that will make our ancestors proud. Why are we sitting around waiting on somebody to give us a check, a DEI check, a grant check, a pitch competition check? What is that? Think about all the multimillionaires. Y'all, we're going to be at the Madam C.J. Walker Museum on Saturday. Please come. Y'all going to come? What y'all doing? I'll put the link in the thing. I'll find it. We're going to be at one of her original salons ever. First self-made, Black female, millionaire, all that. Didn't nobody come and give her no pitch competition check? Like, what is that? Where do we get this idea that somebody got to give us something for us to be okay? What is that about? We got to do better as a people, as a unit. And that's what today is about. So I hope that I've level set. Please come on Saturday. It's not free. It's like donation based or something, but it's like $15 or more. So you can do this. You can do this. I see your comment, Latanja. Our window of time is right now. They work for us. And it's now. Before the panic sets in, before people start going crazy, before the famine hits, y'all know there's going to be a global food shortage in the next 3 to 6 months. Just go on and have you some money so you could, fill up your pantry. Like, why would we sit here and wait? Anyway, so I'm assuming that y'all are ready to do this work. So I'm going to tell you exactly what to do. So you can get you a stack of money right quick and just go ahead on. Go ahead on. All right. Hold on. Yes. Okay. So we're ready. Here we go. Let's get positioned. Let's do it. No matter what you've been doing before, whatever wasn't working before, you've been building, thinking like an employee instead of like an entrepreneur, doing the minimal work, expecting the maximum return. That's not how this goes. We are entrepreneurs. We're founders. We are investors. Investors put the money in on the front end, and they got a little time, a little patience, and then they get outsized returns and rewards on the back end. So if you're looking at your work and looking at projects and looking at opportunities, like, oh my God, there's so much work. That's an employee mindset. I'm telling you, because an employee, yeah, I wouldn't want to do no work either if I had to slave and labor for the next 50 years. But if I do this one good time and set up a system and train my GPT of choice how to show up like me, I do this one time, I'm done. Do you understand what I'm saying? So we don't have to wait for permission anymore. That's what employees do. Well, that's not part of my job description. If you want me to do all that, they got to pay me extra. That's an employee mindset. So we want to build our offer and then go find our people. Once we find the people, we build a system that finds those people for us, set it on autopilot, get out the way. Okay? So we got to move before we have permission and before we have proof. We got to move because we know that's the next step to take. Okay? But it's not going to work. I know you're not going to do it if you still got an employee mentality. You still got a consumer mentality instead of a creator mentality. You'll be like, oh, yeah, I hear you, doll, and I'll work on that at some time, some other time. Or you're going to say, oh, I'll start on it Monday. No, you're not. You know you're not going to do it. Why would you say this? So anyway, I just don't like wasting my breath. I mean, we could go ahead or we don't have to sit here on the phone and do all of this. If y'all gonna look at me like I'm here for entertainment, although I am very entertaining. Okay, so with the entrepreneur's mindset and shift in identity, you're gonna make some money. 3 months, 6 months. It don't take a long time. Okay, here we go. Number one, we got to design this model. Your business model is either a profit engine, an engine. That's why they call it a startup. Something that you do the same thing over and over. When I get in the car, I hit the little button and it goes, it makes a sound. Or if you got an electric car, it might not make too much noise. And then it does the thing and then it's on. Now the lights come on and then I, put it in gear and then I drive and go where I got to go. If you had to get up and pray every day, and I don't know if this car is going to start, and oh my God, and all of this, that's not an engine. That's hope. So if you wake up in your business and you don't know where the money's coming from every day, that just means you don't have an engine built. If you wake up every day and you're confused and overwhelmed, you don't have an engine. So you need a business model. What is your business model? So most of us pick a service or a product or solution, and we just start delivering it to clients. We never really sit down and anchor down on our pricing. Just keep adding more people, which you need to know how to talk to them, to know how to clarify your offer, to know what it is they're interested in. But if you're doing the Afro method, all of those 50, 100 conversations should be getting to the point where you're like, it sounds like there's an opportunity for us to work together. And here's how I work. And you name a price and you stop talking. So you should have been able to refine your pricing model at this point. Because if nobody's buying it, or you know in your heart that you're charging too little for it, so you're not testing the real price in the marketplace, I can't help you scale. So we got to redesign our business model. Number one, we price what we do for the outcome, not by the hour, not by the inputs or the ingredients. Price by the outcome. What would it be worth if you were able to get this change in somebody's life? We sell results packaged in one clear promise, offer, statement. That's why we work so hard on the statement. We sell the transformation. If you do it this way and you talk this way, you actually never have to sell anything. You sell what they're desperate for, what they really want, what they're really motivated. And we only talk to the people who are actually motivated to go. We don't have to spend time trying to convince a bunch of people. It's enough people who are already feeling the pain and ready to make a change. Okay. Versus when you charge by hours and you charge by, what you can do and when you can show up one to one, instead of getting closer to a model that reflects a one to many, something you could scale or something you could do one time and the people keep getting value from it, or something that you could just have your consistent inputs and you get consistent delivery and distribution of your product, service, solution, you're automatically capping your income based on the number of hours that you have. That's when you charge for hours. Or you just doing all these one-on-ones. Although you can do some one-on-ones and hurry up and make you $100,000, which is what we're probably going to talk about today if I get to it. But instead of charging for hours, charge for outcomes. So you can have a higher price point. You have more margin in there. You charge for the value of what you provide for them. That's number one. Second thing that some of us need to do after we get to the one-on-one and we have those conversations and those early customers and we talk to them and we get the testimonials and get all the language and the feedback of what it is they get from actually working with us, we need to productize whatever we offer. What do I mean by that? There's a discipline to this. So you have one promise and a very clear way that you deliver that promise. As opposed to these restaurants like on Bar Rescue or something, they be having 237 different types of food on the menu. Like you Cheesecake Factory or something. Like, no. You have to have something that you do so exceptionally well, structured in a way that every time a client buys from you, it's the same core activities on your end. Not every time a client comes, I got to do something different and jump up and run because I'm just trying to get this sale right quick. No, I need you to productize it. So every client should start to experience what you offer in a similar way. Otherwise, you can't scale. You will get stuck between steps 3 and 5 on the roadmap, which is the Bermuda Triangle. You will fall into this hole. We'll never see you again. And then I'll meet you on the street and you'll be 79 years old and you'll be like, dawg, is that you? And I'll be on a yacht in Lake Como and I'll turn around and I'll be like, what's going on? I ain't seen you since, I know, right? Since America collapsed or whatever, and then we'll be chit-chatting and I'll be like, whatever happened to the business? And you'll be like, girl, I'm out of business. I'm not in business no more. But I got married though, like it'll be something else that I went back to grad school, I finally traveled the world or whatever. I moved to Africa, but your business will never do the thing if you don't productize it. They should have a similar experience so that you can stay in your lane and operationalize the way you deliver that product, service, or solution. It shouldn't be different and custom built every time somebody new hires you. I see this mistake all the time. And I can't help you scale. I can't help you. You just bought yourself a job. If y'all have ever read Rich Dad Poor Dad, he wrote another book, which is better than the first one. It's called Cash Flow Quadrant. And I don't even like his politics, whatever, but those two books are good. And it talks about the difference between having a business for real, something that can scale without you, versus being self-employed. You just bought yourself a job because you still got to show up, still got certain hours. If you don't show up, you can never get your work to the point where it's operationalized to where you can put standard operating procedures around. This is how we show up for our folks so that you can hand it off to somebody and train them to do it so you don't have to be there, because every single time it's different. Every single time it's based on how you feel today and what you thinking today. And you can't teach nobody how to do it if it's all dependent on you. So you can't scale. So you just bought yourself a job. And y'all told me y'all didn't want to be on the plantation no more. You like, oh, I don't want to do this to work. So how about we got to productize it instead of giving everybody a custom experience every time? Stop it. Stop it. And then the third thing, we're going to talk about these at length. You need to sell to people who value the quality and the outcome that you provide and are not talking to you about price. We're not doing that. I'm not doing that. Why? Because I don't have to. Okay. People who are small-minded, people who don't understand, people who want to comparison shop, That's not what we're talking about. You deal with those people when you're on step 8 of the roadmap, okay? Because those same people are gonna come back and pay higher prices when you're the most famous person in your industry. When you have 1 million followers because you blew up, because you're the first black owned this and that, or when you're on the cover of Forbes, those same people will pay the higher prices than what you're charging now. But because they don't know you, because you're not a celebrity, or whatever the reason, their own limiting perceptions, they're gonna sit here and try to haggle with you of the price. That's not your client. We don't have time for that. We want the people who are ready to move. I need this outcome. I need it. I got to have it. How much is it? When can you get it to me? That's it. There's enough of those people out here to get you to $100,000. If there's one person you've ever met who was like that, my fiance told me that at least 13,000 other people on this planet have that same thought. You don't need 13,000 clients to achieve $100,000. No, you don't. So don't deal with people who are trying to haggle with you about price. That means they have unrealistic expectations. They treat every dollar like a sacrifice. They think it's cheap to get access to you. They want all your brain power and all of that. They don't want to pay. No. Mm-mm. We want the people who value time. They value quality. They value all the years that you spent knowing how to do what you do, the personal life experiences that you've had, the network that you've had to build, the skills, the certifications that you've had to, go get to be able to come and do what you do for them. These people will pay your deposit up front and not complain about it. They'll be grateful. They'll be thanking you for taking their money. You don't need to know a bunch of rich people either to do this. You just need to be confident enough to start asking for what you're worth, and they will find you. Okay? So if we get all of this together, we price based on outcome, we productize the way we deliver our product, service, or solution so it's not custom every time, and we only deal with quality clients. This is phase 1. You got to put some restraints on it. That's why I keep telling people your product is not for everybody. No, it's not. It's for people who can respect your pricing, who are looking for that certain outcome, who are willing to allow you to work with them the way you work with all your clients. They're not doing no product. I mean, if you want a custom, opportunity with me, you want me to come in and work in your business. That's like me being a fractional C-suite executive for your company. Are you going to pay me 25, 50, $100,000 depending? Is it you want 3 months, 6 months, or 12? Do you understand what I'm saying? And that's still a discount, because if I actually worked for your company, you would be paying me $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 a year in salary minimum. So I know what I'm worth. So I'm not giving you a bunch of custom, just anytime access. Like, we got to cut that stuff out. So outcome-based pricing, productized service experience, and only dealing with quality clients who are ready to move right now. Okay? So if you have that and you could charge, let's just do simple math, y'all. It's simple math. I'm really working on your mindset right now. Let's say you could charge $1,000 for that, for whatever that is that you do. Who are you solving the problem for? Is it somebody who's empty nester? What am I going to do with my life now? I went through a divorce. I never really took the time to invest in myself. I never even went back to school. I never did anything I said I was going to do. I need to kind of deal with me. I'm dealing with my therapist. I'm doing all that, but I just don't feel like I need to feel to do what I want to do. That person will pay you $1,000 to change kind of that inner work that you offer, or $500 for the year's access to your platform. So let's do it. Let's do it in 3 numbers. If you had $500 a month and you had 20 clients willing to pay you $500 a month, you just cracked 100,000. 20, yeah, 20. If you charge 1,000, obviously that's 10. If you charge 5,000, that's 2. So let's say it's a one-time transaction, but you charge $5,000. Go get you 20 clients, and you just made $100,000. You know what I'm saying? So like, hold on. You telling me that you can't figure out how to charge somewhere between $500 and $5,000 and have value that you know you're worth and stand on it and go speak this clarity and this offer in the right rooms until you find the right room, and then go find 10 to 20 people who are willing to pay what you're worth so we can get this $100,000 and move on? Yes, you can. Yes, we can. So we got to make the shift. Outcome-based pricing, meaning you're clear on the outcome, and that's your offer statement. Productized service, meaning you're not running all over the place. This is what I offer. This is how we do it. I said what I said. And then we only make room here for quality clients. If somebody trying to play with you, somebody's like, well, why it costs this much, and somebody doing all of that, go put them in your free community. You don't have to haggle with anybody. Oh, you're not willing to pay? Oh, that's no problem. I have lots of free resources for you in my school. Just go on my YouTube. It's cool. We're on to the next. We stay detached. Okay, so that's phase one. I need us to shift. We're pricing based on what we're worth, productizing how we deliver it. We only deal with quality clients. Okay, so that's your model. We just design your business model. Some of y'all need to update your statement of who you serve now based on what I just said. It's not for everybody. Number two, we need to build, just like we have a one sentence offer statement, we need to be able to put everything that we offer on a single piece of paper. Now, I'm not talking about your website. I'm not talking about your Instagram bio, your link tree, and all this kind of stuff. I'm talking about something that, and I mentioned this the other day when we were talking about closing. If somebody has an objection or they're like, oh, I need to talk to my spouse or my partner about this, you need to have a single piece of paper. This is the one pager. Why is one pagers keep coming up? A new place that should not be named, and nobody's one pagers together. I got a 5-star one pager, but a single page that sells the result of what you do so clearly that I can hand it to my business partner, hand it to the person who handles the budget in this place, and they'll be ready to write a check. They don't even have to talk to you. And I'm sure we don't have one pagers that do that close our deals first. If somebody asks you for a proposal, we get nervous, like, what should be in my proposal? This is what needs to be in the proposal. Name the pain. It's the same thing we just did the other day. Before you get me to a solution, what's the first thing people put at the top? This is my service and product. This is what I offer. They want to list all their service, product. No. You just broke the connection. Human brain, neuroscience, mirror neurons. They need to feel seen, recognized before I stop. Otherwise, this is noise to me. What's going to make me listen to this piece of information out of all the 11 million bits of information that are coming through my brain every second? You name the pain before you promise a solution. Not vaguely, precisely. Okay? They need to be reading the first third of that page, this proposal that you have been asked for and you don't know what to say in the proposal. They should feel like, oh, why they all in my business? They talking to me, they watching me. Then you name the promise. This is a clear, believable outcome that they're buying. Very specific. We don't say, I'll give you more clarity. We don't say, I'll help you grow your business. We say, I guarantee a 30% increase in revenue within 6 months, or I'll give you this money back. Because I said what I said.
Should we name the pain in a question or just state it out as if we're doing like some kind of reading?
You could do it as a question. Okay. But you don't have to. I mean, however it flows out of you. How would you say it right now at the top of your head?
Well, I went to a school today and I was trying to do the new pitch that you gave. And I was like, kids, the problem is like kids are kind of running around. They don't know how to settle in when they're getting angry. But kids are taught to be seen and not heard.
Yeah.
But these kids grow up to be adults, and that's why we have to take care. So I was trying to run this
that's good
problem.
No, that's
Yeah.
great. So what you're doing when you do it that way, it doesn't have to be a question. You just you allow for them to be like, "Yup, I know exactly what you're talking about." So I'm sure you guys can relate to this. You, teachers, who's in this lounge? It's teachers, the principal. Hey, what's up, girl? I met you before. Okay, and it's the assistant and whoever. Y'all can all relate to this, right? And then you just say what you just said,
Okay.
so they can start nodding their head. Yep, it's bad. I know, right? Da 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 da. So yeah, as long as they can recognize themselves in it, it works. Does that make sense?
No, it makes perfect
Okay.
sense. Like feel it out.
Yes. But you could also, I mean, if you were doing a keynote or something, maybe you ask a question. But you really did just ask a question without asking a question. You made a
That's true.
statement. You can
Yeah.
relate to this. Bah, 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 bah,
I
bah.
like that you can relate to this. Yes.
Yeah. And then the underlying assumption is you can relate to this, right? And they're gonna be nodding their head. You see what I'm saying? So there's an implied question in there, basically. Yep. So then you get to the promise as specific as possible. This is the outcome you're going to get. Nothing vague, very specific. Instead of feeling like this, you're going to feel like this. Instead of going through this, you're going to go through this. Instead of the kids doing this, they're going to have this very specific outcome. If you can risk reverse it or anchor it in credibility, just like I've done for thousands, thousands of other students, I know I could do it
What
for you guys or whatever
I
that is.
I
Mm-hmm.
what how about people that are like, oh, the price, but they're not bad people. They're people that want the service, they're asking for the service, they see the value, but then maybe they thought the service would be so well they could do it 3 times a week, like personal training, assisted stretch. But then they realize, ooh, this price is so high. I might be able to do twice a month or once a month. How about those people that have objections, but it's not a disrespectful objection?
Because they can't afford it.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it right
Yeah.
there.
So make sure that your pricing is where you really truly feel like it needs to be. Not too high, not too low, but where you feel like this is what I should charge. And you've had enough feedback to kind of know that, right? And you got to match that with how many times do they need, whatever it is in this example, to actually get the result, because it's really based on the outcome, the guarantee. I guarantee you, if you do this and this, you're going to get this outcome. Now if you start haggling on price, you can only do 2 sessions instead of, 2 a week, you got to do 2 a month, then you can no longer guarantee an outcome. So now you just devalued your own product. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So if they can't
Okay.
afford it, we're not haggling on price. We are saying, you said you want this outcome, right? I've been doing this for 30 years, 3 continents. I see people every day in your position. You don't let your body get to this stage and this point, and now it's like, what am I gonna do? Life is not over. But you need to start moving your body. You must. And there's specific ways and techniques and science and things like that you need to start implementing now. So if you want this outcome, you want to overcome this injury, you want to, you've been hurt since the accident, we're going back to the problem,
Yes, I love this. I love this.
and you
So
feeling
focus
this
on outcome, not income.
there. Yes. Now that one, come on, t-shirt ministry. I like that. I like that. We focus on the outcome, not the income. Yes. Because so, I mean, if you're saying, I'm not interested in the outcome. This is how much money I got. You probably have a lower offer that you can give them. Well, stop by the class. If you can't come to class, join us on Zoom. Give them a little $33 package. You know what I'm saying? But we're not discounting the thing. You need to pay for 6 sessions over 6 weeks or whatever it is, right? You need to commit to the whole program to get the outcome. And then they either go in the entry level price, they go in your free tier, so they can keep seeing the fact that you provide this value. But we're not changing the price. We're just looking for the people who could pay the price. So if it's a real issue, like they literally don't have it, those kind of people, you stay in touch with them, and as soon as they get it, you're top of mind, and they come back and pay you when they got it. So that's fine. If they're just trying to haggle, they need to go in the free thing or the $25 thing. That's not your client for the thing where you need to pay for all the sessions and pay me $600 or whatever it is. You know what I mean?
So I get it. I'm just thinking about how I can be more like a Netflix where it's coming out of their account. I don't Like right now, I have a client coming in. Today's her last session, and now I'm having to talk to her about, okay, well,
Yeah.
you could,
Aren't we
and
aren't
I'm
we
like,
talking? Aren't we supposed to be talking? Because y'all need to set up Stripe or Square or something where you can Gumroad. There are all kinds of tools now where you can set up a subscription where it will just come out every month. You need to set up that. You need to set that up. So they say yes one time, it's a monthly thing, boom, done.
but you don't find that people are apprehensive about doing that with one entrepreneur. I don't know, one person entrepreneurs. Like I even the lady that someone I spoke to yesterday, she's like, is there anybody else working with you? Are there staff? Because they want to know if I'm having a bad day or if I'm not available, is there going to be service still there? So
Yeah.
do you find people still will do the automatic withdrawal when you're a one person entrepreneur?
Well, if that were really the issue, we could solve that in a weekend. Because I know between us, we know several yoga professionals
You
that we
ain't
could
never
call.
lied.
We could call them. We can train them in our system. And I need you as a backup. Problem solve. And then you could tell them, I work with a team of wellness providers. If I'm not available, I still got you. You see what I'm saying? Those are things that we can solve for. But you should be on a subscription. That's part of productizing your operations. Instead of every month, I got to come back and convince you again to send me, because it's not enough money for you to even be having to go back and forth every month to get them to pay it again. You need to set up a
And
subscription. Mm-hmm.
And on a quick note, this lady I gave a discount to, I feel like I don't want to give her a discount this month. I feel like she should, that was a first introductory month discount. I feel like she should pay the regular rate. And I wanted to know if that's okay. And I also I just, I just updated my prices. So my prices are higher than what she saw a
Yeah.
month ago.
Yeah.
So am I allowed to do that, or should I let her pay the regular rate, but keep it at the price she saw last month?
I wouldn't, yeah, keep it at the price that she saw, but we don't do discounts. So going forward, you don't have to discount it to even get her to try it. Yeah,
I
going
agree.
forward. But yeah, she saw those prices. That's fine. Keep your word. But yes, ma'am, here's the price. Discount was one time. Here you go. And we're selling the outcome. It's
Yes,
the
yes, yes,
outcome.
yes.
Do you want this
Yes,
outcome? This is the
I
price.
love this. Yes, outcomes. Yes, yes, yes.
Otherwise, it's cool. Put them in the free thing. Hope to see you on one of our Zooms, and you're moving on.
I love it. I
Yeah,
love
man.
it. Yes, outcomes. It sounds like an easier thing for me to focus on
Yes.
because I'm living my outcomes, so I can take them to that water. They
There
can
you
drink
go.
there.
There you
When
go.
they start talking about prices, I'm like, I don't know, what are we
Nope.
comparing
We
it
don't
to?
discuss
McDonald's,
price.
Burger King, what are we comparing?
Yeah, we don't discuss. Right. Where are you gonna find me? I'm one of one. You're not gonna find this. What is there to compare this to? You can't. So we don't do that. We're not doing that. So name the pain before we promise a solution. We name the pain very precisely so that they feel like you're talking directly to them. They can recognize themselves in it. Then next section, this is a one pager. You're naming your promise, a clear, believable outcome that they're buying. We help people do this, this, this. We got them get a 30% increase. We help people who just had the baby lose 30 pounds in 90 days, postpartum, guaranteed, or whatever. We've done it for thousands of women. We'll do it for you, whatever. Okay. And then you need to tell me a one, two, three. This is nothing but the 5-star pitch on a piece of paper, y'all. A one, two, three of what they can expect working with you. Not 39 steps. It's like, first, we're gonna do this. So by week 3, if it's an 8-week program, by week 3, you're gonna have this. You're gonna already be feeling this, this, and this. So adding this to what you offer people, Tracy, is going to help you too. So they know what they're buying. They know what's behind door number 2. They know what's on the other side of this transaction. As soon as you sign up, you're going to get a welcome thing. It's going to have a blah, 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 blah. It's going to have our booking link in there. So you can just book our sessions. If, something's off, blah, 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 you also get this free thing, whatever, blah, blah, blah. You're going to get that immediately. That's why we need to set up the automatic stuff for you. Then after that, by 3 weeks of doing the stretching, you're going to experience this, this, and this. Most of my clients are da 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 da. Then by week 8 of the program, you're going to have this full outcome that you promised them. You know what I'm saying? So what that does is it helps them not be confused about what to expect. But also, it's proof that you've done this before. You know the path.
Okay. Okay.
So all of this is going to anchor your price. I'm telling you, we don't have price discussions.
This is beautiful because sometimes I feel like they're telling me the path.
Yeah, no, it's like, no. Exactly. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. If we get anchored, our business is very straightforward, you guys. It's really the pathway to 100K. I can't even show up on social media like this because so many people have all these gurus out here talking. I'm telling you, when you get anchored, you got to shift. It's an identity shift. But once you shift, follow this framework, is proven, and all of a sudden, there's not a problem. People have questions about me and opportunity, what I do. Maybe I'm inventing something that's never existed before in the history of all mankind. I didn't say it, NASA said it. So, like, I had to do some other stuff to get to the point where I have something that's so clear. This is what we're offering, and this is what it is. And boop, boop, boop. And I still did it. We sold over 100,000 test kits, y'all. But I was not in business to sell test kits. But I'm telling you, this works. So get your 1, 2, 3. That's the next thing on the piece of paper. Dates, milestones. First this, then this, then this. 1, 2, 3. The brain is the magic number. 3 is the magic number. Okay. So that anchors your price in there. If you have, different packages, people be asking me, well, I have other things that I want to try to sell. If I'm doing a 1-pager, do I need one for each thing and all of that? The way to think about it is to just have your premium option with the bells and whistles on it. The one you think they actually gonna buy from you, your standard option, and have them on the same piece of paper. So if you just want me just all the time, every time you want me to come in and have a whole day session with you, you want me to come in and out and drop in and out of your meetings and train your team and do all this, it's $25,000. Let's talk about it. Inquire for details. But if you just want coaching on demand and access to me, and get on the phone and we have these discussions once a week or once a month or whatever for a year, 2,500. I don't know, but I'm just saying if I had to make a one sheet for me coaching. So now it's like, duh, it's a no brainer. If I know I can't afford 25,000, well, let me go ahead and get this 2,500. So you can play with that too, but your 1, 2, 3 of what to expect needs to be there. So section 1, top of your thing, it has your brand, your name on there, your title and stuff. You name the pain, not vaguely, precisely, specifically. They feel like you're talking to them. Then you name the solution. We understand that. We've been doing this for 30 years. We help people go from this problem to this solution. Very, very specific. It's guaranteed. We know it's going to work. Here's how it works. 1, 2, 3. And here's the pricing. If you need to put that on there, great. And then you're going to say somewhere in the corner, somewhere towards the bottom, you're going to have your links, your testimonials or your logos, people that you worked with before or whatever that is. And then you're going to have a call to action, an easy way for them to click a link and scan the QR code or whatever and go ahead and buy the thing at the bottom of this page. That's it. That's a proposal. That's a 1-pager. Nobody's confused. Everybody knows what is this? Who is this for? What are we talking about? How does it work? Okay, what put me in the range? What's the price range? Okay. And okay, they've done this before, they got credibility. Cool. What's the next action I need to take? Bam. Now, did we not just go through this exact framework the other day? That's how we got to our offer statement. Now we're just putting it on a piece of paper. That's a PDF or something that you could literally, send me some information on that. This is what you send them. Send it to me so I can share it with my my accountant when they come back from out of town. I need to get this approved or whatever. I need to send it to the superintendent's office so they can get it. This is what you send them. Okay, a confused mind never buys. So you have to make it so crystal clear that you don't even have to be in the room to close them on it. All right. So what am I saying? Number 1, your business model. We're pricing based on outcome, not hours or anything else, not ingredients. We are productizing how we deliver this product so that it's the same for us every time. And we're only dealing with quality people. We're not haggling over price, not doing that. This is what it is. This is how much it, costs. And if that's not for you, put them in your free thing and go on. Why do we put them in the free thing? Because if they genuinely want it, they just don't have the money right now. They will continue to see you serving other people. They'll join your community and have a shared emotional experience around the value of your product. And when they get the money, they will buy from you. But if they're really not your client, that allows them to bounce off, and it's a no friction way to do that. Because everybody's not your client. We don't need everybody to be. So that's one. We got to get the business model design. Then we get this piece of paper. Somebody asks for a proposal. Oh, I'm interested in having your product in the store. Or I want to have you come and do this for our community organization. Or I want you to come and teach at the school, do this and do that. Can you send me some information? This is what you send them. Pain, very clearly, precisely described. Solution, very specific outcome. Clear, believable outcome. They know exactly what they're buying. 3 steps. How does it work? 1, 2, 3. Y'all have heard me say this for years. Where's your 1, 2, 3 at? Milestones, dates. By week 1, you're going to have this. Week 3 is this. Week 5, you winning. Okay. You show them the price. You can anchor it if you have more than one product and more than one price point. You can say, here's my premium offer. What I usually work with clients one-on-one, I do this. But for what you're talking about, it sounds like this is a great fit for you. But, inquire. Put your credibility markers, if you have them, and a simple call to action. That's it. And then the last thing, I'm back in your business. Tracy is doing it. I think all of you are doing it. Hopefully you are, but do it more. If you're not, you could do this on social media. You could do this in real life. You can do, Tracy, don't play by her poetic. Name the pain before the payment, she says. Talk about outcome, not income. She says, this is not a test because we sold over 100,000 test kits. Come on, ma'am. You on the road today. So the third thing, it's only 3 steps to 100K. Did you get your pricing model? Did you do all of that? Are you able to charge? I'm telling you, I mean, you could do it if you charge $100, obviously. You could do it if you charge $25. It's just going to be volume. Now you need way more people, which is fine. But if you have something that you can offer, like let's say you sell t-shirts and you've been doing it for a long time and you know all the mistakes, what not to do in starting your own t-shirt company, what equipment to buy. I know a lady who she does crafts. Like it's graduation time. My little cousin sent me. I'm like, wait a minute, are you graduating from high school or college? I don't know. Baby's growing up. But anyway, they had this whole like magazine thing. Somebody designed, it was like the flyers in it. So the lady does crafts. She has a course. She charges $500 to teach people how to make crafts. Or maybe it's more than that. Now she has a membership group, like 400 people. So there's something that you know how to do that you could charge $500 for. So I'm asking you to think outside the box on that. But anyway, if you do public speaking, you should be charging $500 to $1,000 minimum. Like that's so low. That's so low for your value, your thought leadership. If you're going and working with schools, like I said, you charge by the student. You got 500 students in the class. So even if it's, in the school, so even if it's $10 a student, that's $5,000. And they got it. The principal has a discretionary budget of like 10 grand. They need after school programs everywhere. There's so many ways for us to start charging more for what we do. Tressica, if you're still here, there is a company that's doing very unique. I had not heard this like this. And I feel like you need to be in schools. I think a lot of us need to be in schools. I think they need to be learning how to do plant-based meals in schools. I know they need to be learning yoga and wellness in schools. They need to learn how to act like a lady, especially in 2026 in schools. Like there's a lot of room they would be thrilled to find a celebrity makeup artist in schools. Nobody's teaching financial literacy and how to buy your first home. That should be in high schools. so that let me give you a 3-point plan. So by the time you graduate from college, you could buy your first house. Like, who's doing that work? And you can get a contract. So you could be making money outside of like, I gotta sell this one thing. Like, we don't have to be so myopic. We can zoom out. But anyway, this lady, Jessica, if you're there, she very unique thing that whatever she sells, that's how she's funding it. But what they do is they go in schools and they offer haircuts to the boys for like if they get good grades or I don't know. And they bring like these really good barbers or like celebrity barbers and they come into school and like do the hair thing in the school. And they love it, of course. This is very unique. And I'm thinking that your work needs to be in schools. Anyway. So number one, we designed our business model. We got our pricing together, our positioning, our operations are productized. So they're not customized for each customer. And we only deal with quality clients. We have our one pager, our proposal, send me some information, document together. Like I just talked to somebody yesterday. I didn't know that's who I was talking to, but I was like, yeah, I don't do this for free. Sorry. And he's like, oh, no, tell me how you work with people. And so I did. And he's like, okay. So this would be what I sent to him. Right? You need that. And then number three, you need to go talk to strangers. Now, that's why I said Tracy's already doing it. Hopefully everybody is. I know we were raised to not talk to strangers. Listen to what I'm telling you. It's very simple math. There are 2 billion people on social media. 2 billion. If you charge $1,500 for whatever it is, like say for the year, or say, a year's membership, or, for to do one school, or however you get to this number. And I'm being very conservative because a lot of you guys can charge a lot more. You would only need 67 clients. That's 6 people a month to start rocking with you to hit 100K. Six people out of 2 billion. What are we talking about?
Numbers.
They work for us. This device, these white people work for us. Okay, it's never been easier. This is the only time in human history where it's literally been this easy. Like before, back in the day, you would have to pay for TV ads. You had to pay to get an ad in the newspaper. You got to pay, try to get on the radio. You got to do all of this, do all of that. This is actually better than any of those methods because when you do a billboard or you get an ad in a magazine or whatever, it's literally just a billboard. And probably nobody taught people how to write an ad where it's like this. So you think you put a clever one-liner on there or something, and you think the masses are just going to come, and that's not how it works. Somebody was so excited yesterday talking about, I'm going to be on CBS. And I'm like, yay. But it's not going to change your business. People are not fit to sit here and hear you talk on the CBS interview and it just start blowing you up. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. How do you know, dog? I've been in Forbes. What are you talking about? It's not a thing that happens. Unless the way you talk is the way that I talk, which is so distinct and unique that they're like, wait, hold on. But who's even watching CBS anymore? Do you understand what I'm saying? So now, versus doing it this way, you have content. People are coming into your world. They're seeing your thought leadership. They're leaning in. You're like already down the path. It's selling itself. It's never been easier to hit these numbers. So if you charge more than that, if you have a $2,500 minimum, $40 people. That's three and a half, 4 people a month. You're going to make your 100K and go head on, y'all. Yes, we can do this. Now, this is why entrepreneurship is a video game. We go one-to-one, one-to-many, many-to-many. So one-to-one right now is what I'm talking about. I need you to go out here and talk to random humans, 50 to 100. Like literally go outside, get on the phone, call somebody, call them people that you got on the business cards, went to the conference and did all that and dapped it up. Oh, yeah, man, yeah. And you ain't calling people back yet. Call them. If they're on your social media, DM them. They're following you. Hey, Why are you following me? You've been following me for a while. What do you like about the content? Are you really looking to grow something? Get a conversation going. Can we talk for 15 minutes? And what do I say in the 15 minutes, dog? You do the Afro method. Hey, man, I want to chop it up with you right quick. Blah, 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 blah. If they're browsing, they're not looking to buy anything, beautiful. Can I put you on my email list? Great. Keep them there and go ahead on. If they're interested, well, I've been thinking about, I've been needing to get this stuff. I need to call you back. I'm glad you called because such and such, and my mama did this and did it. Great. So you go all the way through the Afro method, aspirations, frustrations, framework, 2 F's, 2 O's. Framework is this. Framework is this offer that I've been telling you how to craft. You talk about your work like this. They start reflecting back to you. Oh my God, that's just what I need because, oh yeah, da, 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 da. Your framework is what we just put on that one piece of paper.
I have a question. Well, because I have a client coming in and I want to make sure I get this out before I have to get off. When do we reach a point where certain parts of this system we are not doing yet and we pay somebody to do it? Like I'm not doing my CRMs. I don't even know how to say it. I'm not doing my CRMs. I'm calling people back. If it's the same day, I might call. I am leaving so much money on the table. It worries me because I don't want to run into these people. Not like they're going to care, but I want to be the person. I want to be the 3% of entrepreneurs that call people back. I want to start hiring some people. When you mentioned that we have deals that are like, the Haiti trip is 4,500. I never realized what you meant by that. I'm like, Tracy, you obviously think a lot of yourself that somebody's going to pay 4,500. You're having big goals, but you got to keep up with the person you see yourself as. So when do I start hiring people for these things that we are almost at day 100? I'm talking to humans. I'm posting every day. I'm making more money, yet a lot of money is being left on the table because I'm not doing any CRMs. I'm a little bit worried. Okay.
Do you want the real answer? Which version do you want?
Answer. Yeah, that part. That answer. Yes.
Okay. The person that you're showing up as now is getting dopamine hits from talking to people, and now you have confidence that every time you go outside, not only are people going to be interested, but somebody's going to buy something from you pretty much every day. And that's it. So we're going to keep rising to become the version of ourselves that we're not stopping there. That's the new zero. That's the new floor. So now we're going to become the version of ourselves. I'm not going to bed. Because what are you talking to? 1,700 people a day? If it's less than 25, you can go in that thing and type.
3, 4, 5, not even that much.
You know what I'm saying? You could go in there and do it. Because you're telling me I need money. I need it by this date and time. We don't get what we want. We get who we are. So when you are ready to be the version of yourself that will just sit there and type, if you just had a great conversation with somebody, like you could have it on your phone, you know what I'm saying? You could have a little spreadsheet just type their little name in there. As soon as you finish talking, type it in there. So then when you get home, it's like, okay, copy and paste phone number, copy and paste email and notes, you know what I'm saying? If you're using your voice memo and stuff, or get Otter or Whisper Flow. Y'all, Whisper Flow. Let me spell it.
Yeah, so I need to stop.
WISPRO. WISPRO. It will listen to your conversation. You won't have to have no camera in nobody's face, and it will take all the notes for you. So then you get home, you take your 4 Whisper Flows, copy paste, name, email, phone number, notes. He's interested. Call him back. He said, call me when I get back from spring break. Call me when it put it in the thing. Done. This is less than 10 minutes. It's sounding like.
Sound like cash flow.
You see, it sound like flow. Okay. So we want to now be the version of us who's getting all the flow. I would like all the flow, please. I personally am not leaving money. It's like the kind of person who would leave their clothes unfolded in the basket for 2 weeks versus being the kind of person that would just, it only take me 5 minutes. Let me go ahead and fold it right out. Boop, done.
Okay, I get it. So I need to stop being a dope boy and getting all these dopamine hits and actually start doing the work.
I want you to get your dopamine hits when your bank account begins to match your brilliance, because you are brilliant, Tracy. Yes, you are. You can do this. You can do this. So intuition led you guys here, which I just find amazing because I know Not I think, I know that nobody teaches entrepreneurship like this. But I also know that everything I'm telling you is 100% facts and it will work. If I don't know it's going to work, I'm not teaching it. This, I know, it's a guarantee. But of course, you got to sit here and listen to me talk over and over. And most people are not ready to do that. And that's fine too. So, number one, we got our business model together. Number two, we wrote it down on a piece of paper. Number three, we're talking to strangers. So who do I talk to? Go outside, all these meatballs and alcohol events y'all be going to, anybody in your phone, your network, old people that you needed to call from 3 years ago, you never called them, they were interested. Remember that time when, and you never followed up with them? We're calling them now. Because you said you need money next month. You said you need money in 60 days. That's what you told me. So I'm telling you how to get it. Go out, talk to them. What do I say? The Afro method. So when you reach out to them, say, hey, man, I know we talked about our work a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Now, what were you interested in? I remember you said something about your mom. Get them talking. Aspirations, frustrations. And then you come in with a very clear, because you've worked on this, your offer, your framework, how you talk about your work, not just saying something random and wondering why you're not closing anything. No, very specific, very on point. They start reflecting back to you. Oh my God, this is what I need. I can't believe you called me right now. It's meant to be, because da da da. You start doing all of that. Reflecting back emotionally. Why is this a good sign, y'all? Because connection is the birthplace of all currency. Every purchasing decision is an emotional decision. So now some people are analytical, but you can listen to the tone of the voice. You can know. So even if they don't show you their emotion, if they're locked in, they're like, yeah, that makes sense to me. I need that. Whatever. Great. They're reflecting. Sounds like it might be an opportunity for us to work together. So here's what I offer. When I start working with clients, based on what I'm hearing you say, it sounds like you need this, this, and this. This is what I recommend. Do you have any this and this at home? You need to go do this right now. Give them some value. And then, let me get your email. I can send you this free thing. I know it's going to help you. Just can I give you that gift? Okay, cool. Now, if you want to go further with this work, this is how I work with folks. And what you just put on that piece of paper, that's what you say. And then you stop talking. Go do that till you find your 40, 50 people. You just made 100K. I'm off the phone. You can do it. So qualify them if you find, especially if you find them online, you don't really know them like that, but they be in your DMs and your comments from time to time. You can hit them up, send them a little message. Hey, you just here for the content, tell me a little bit what you got going on. Y'all drinking spring water at the house. What y'all doing? This is brought to you by Moon Jug Water, by the way. If you're still drinking Kroger water, you don't have to do that anymore. Fresh water from the source, only in glass, bottle, straight from the source to the store and to your door. We'll bring it to your house like the milkman. See where they at right now? What's going on with your family, the babies, how the babies, all of that. Figure out what's going on, what they're working on, what's working, what hasn't worked. All of this is built into the Afro method. You're leaning in, see if you can actually help. If you really feel like you can help them, then you get to that point of confidence. Come on, clarity leads to confidence. Confidence allows for this connection because they're telling you all their stuff and you saying, listen, I know that I can help you. I've helped thousands of families in your position. I know 100% fact that you give me 90 days, you're going to see a total difference. If you start drinking this chlorophyll, this Buddy Moon water, people telling me the baby's eczema is clearing up. Try it. You be drinking all the time. You're going out to the weekend, but then you still got to go to work on Monday. You need some Money Moon. It's the natural, it gets your hangover gone. You won't have a hangover. You dealing with this health problem, it's going to work. I'm telling you, it's going to work. So it's the most honest way you can show up with people. You're authentic. It's powerful. You're like, I know I can help you. Then you get into closing that gap. You got to say, now, if you keep doing this now, I'm just keep doing the buck. If you keep drinking that Kroger water, it's not going to end well. Like there's studies about this. It's messing with the brain. The same thing that happened with Flint. The lead was calcifying and making it so that the brain could not connect. The synapses of the brain could not connect. When you keep drinking out of plastic, all these microplastics in your body, they're finding it in your brain. It's messing with your ability to function and be amazing. But we have one of our teas. It actually is a naturally it'll get all the microplastics out of your brain, out of your body. You know what I'm saying? But if you keep doing, I'm just asking you to consider your options. but we made it easy for you to get the results you really want. You know what I'm saying? So they got to fill the gap. So asking questions, no pressure. It's just what it is. You make your offer. And then, just like Tracy just asked, you do need to follow up, because some people are gonna be like, "Oh my God, you caught me in the middle of this, but I really need this, and I want to da da da. I need to catch up with you da da da." How about we follow up? How about we make sure we actually follow up with people, not because we're pushy, but because I know that I can help you. So that's why we use a CRM, so we don't forget who we need to follow up with. And then next week, 2 weeks out, whatever, they're getting another note from us, but you should have already put them on your email list, so they're already still hearing from you and the brand. And so for those of you who are listening to me talking about, oh, that feels like a lot, I'm not a salesperson, I want to hire somebody, right, to do all of that. I say to you, can you afford to hire somebody? No. You know why? Because you haven't done this yet. We need to get the money to the point where we can now make a decision to hire. We can make a decision to code our AI chatbot on our website, so we can handle some of those basic questions that are coming in from our customers. We need some, y'all keep telling me we need breathing room and we need just a moment. We got to get the money to finance the space that we need to step back from our business and train somebody else to do it. But also, you need the reps so that you can train somebody else to do it. If you haven't done this enough, you don't know how to train somebody to do it. It's very simple. Okay. Hey, Latanja, go for it.
So I wanted to go over my order list.
Okay.
I do have the discovery call for sets free, book of discovery call with me. This is listed on my stand store. The first thing they'll see is the free offer, 5 signs you've lost yourself in your roles, and how you, that's free. They would just enter their email.
And how to what?
And how to reclaim you.
Okay.
And they would enter their name and email and have the discovery call. It's book a call, discovery call with me. And that's just an opportunity for us to get to know each other and discover what services will be best for you. So that's free. And then I have the Zest for Life Social Club and Support Group, monthly meetups, week group sessions, and daily inspirations. That's $17 a month to join. There's a button to click. And then I have book a one-on-one coaching session with me. That's $99. My concern is everything else has a pricing, but my Lady Academy workshop does not as of yet. That's the premium offer.
Okay. I would attach it to a waiting list. I would just say, click here to be on the list for the next Lady Academy.
It's on a wait list right now. It is a button to click to do on the wait list.
So that's fine for now until you're ready to price it. You're not ready to price it. Is that why there's no price?
I mean, I just don't have, because it's going to be quarterly, and I look to start it as a quarterly.
Yeah. So you could say next event, you just pick a month, right? Our next one is going to be in this month. Here's the price, and they can go ahead and book it now. Details, location to be announced.
Okay.
To all of our registered attendees, you'll get the information with the location and the dress code and whatever else.
Awesome.
Yep. That's what I would do. And make sure in your stand store that all the language, because every single one of your offers needs specific language attached to it, just like we're doing for your overall offer statement. So it's not just, a discovery call, right? It is something very specific and tangible that they're going to get when they book the discovery call, because we're selling the outcome.
It's all there.
Okay, great. Perfect. Yep. So that's what you do. Is you just name a date, target date, and maybe the city. I mean, it's Atlanta, because somebody could buy it from another city and fly in if they wanted to. But and then you just say details will be delivered to all registered guests, before the thing, and you could still charge them now for it.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you.
Absolutely. So if this feels like too much, you guys, no, I don't want to bother people or all of that. No, we don't have time to entertain that. So again, we're flipping back from that employee mindset, that wanted somebody to hand everything to you instead of building it. You want the outcome of being a builder. You have to show up as a builder. If you have something that genuinely helps people and you won't tell them about it, you're doing them a disservice. So me asking you, do you want some coaching and some help is a gift to you. Me following up with you, hey, I know life be life, and don't forget, I got this gift for you over here. It's really going to change your life. Just let me know what we're doing. What I'm offering you is a gift to you. But if you stay small, you stay quiet because you don't want to be rejected, it feels weird to you, you're just staying in the version of yourself that does not have $100,000. So, it's a choice. So fix your business model, get your offer crystal clear and on a piece of paper, and then be willing to have the conversations that need to happen so you can hit your goal. If you're selling something for $1,500 or $2,500 or whatever the price point is, or you're going to a school and it's $10 per student or whatever it is, you go out and have enough Afro conversations, you get all the way through to the O, you should be getting good enough that you don't get blocked at any step on that conversation. So you get all the way to the first and the last O. Sounds like there's an opportunity to work together. They're like, oh yeah, please tell me what can I do? We need you here. Da da da. Okay, great. This is what we offer. Da 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 da. This is how it works. Here's the price. Stop talking. If they're like, oh, that seems a little pricey. Yes, I can understand that. Now, what did you have in mind? How have you guys worked with consultants coming into school in the past? Now we're back to customer discovery because maybe you don't know what the price is supposed to be, right? And so you ask them, oh, because we usually do this price and this price, or we usually do or we don't even have a budget for that. Well, let me ask you this: can somebody who approves me to be in the school? How many students would it be? And you could create another offer standing there talking to them.
Okay.
If we could provide this level of value for your students, would that be valuable? Would that help you with your goals as a school, as a community, with the parents being supported? Is all the benefits of working with you? Yes, 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 yes. Okay, great. Now, your principal doesn't have a budget. No, well, she probably does. Maybe instead of calling it this, we call it this, right? Or how do the other after school programs get paid for? I know that you guys maybe in the past, but you've done some kind of auxiliary programming. How do you typically pay for that? Oh, well, the state has, you got to learn that space if you're in a new group type of people that you never sold to before. But gather enough information to craft another offer. Because remember, I told you, if you have access to humans, you can go get sponsors all day. So, because what I would do is get them all enrolled, Tracy, in the thing, and say, okay, we're going to start this next quarter. That's going to give me enough time to make sure I have wellness providers and everybody's lined up. Da 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 da. It's going to be amazing. I'm going to kick off the new school year like this. Blah 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 blah. Then you go find some sponsors to pay for it.
Okay.
Or as an example. But yeah, we can get the feedback on our pricing, but we can't be afraid to have the conversation. So that's it. So now I don't want you to just hear me saying that and then start doing it when you feel ready 2 weeks from now, playing in Canva, working on this one piece of paper that you could do by tomorrow, by Friday. I don't want you like rewriting and getting in the GPT, getting lost and doing all that and never sending anything out. If you set a goal, I'm going to talk to 10 people today, talk to 10 people. If you set a goal, I'm going to comment on 20 people's posts and be like, holler at me if you need da 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 da. Then don't stop till you do it. Call these people on your phone. Go back to those old business cards. Find them. Go back to the old emails that you never responded to. And have a set number of people you want to reach out to every day and go do it. This is not something we're putting on a vision board to say, okay, I can make $100,000. No, we're making this move. We're working on our offer. If you need help, you go to bettercalldog.com. Sitting right here. I'm really great at what I do. I mean, if I wasn't good at what I do, y'all, I don't know what to tell you. I'm amazing at what I do. Sit down with me for 45 minutes. I'm going to get your whole thing together. Pricing model, your one pager, whatsoever it is, as my grandmother would say. It's going to be together. You're going to be ready. You're going to know what to say so you can go out here and talk to humans. But I can't do that part for you. You got to do it. But you can't just call me when you want to call. That it's still people in the dog have just ringing my phone. It's ringing right now. No. I need an appointment. so that I could be fully present. Y'all, I'm very present when I do this. And then I'm gone, I'm gone. Okay, so one person has knowledge because I just told you what to do. The person that I know is gonna hit this number this year, in the midst of chaos of the world, you're gonna make your 100,000. Maybe you used to make 100,000 and you lost it. Well, we back. Okay, if you ever saw Trading Places, or was that Coming to America? That was from Trading Places. At the end of Coming to America, if you didn't know that joke, then people said we back. Because they had it, they lost it, they were homeless. It did Eddie Burford came, it did the thing on the street, gave him some money in the McDowell's bag. Oh, we back. So whether this your first time or your next time making 100K or more on purpose, if you hold this identity, you got this. Because both of y'all just heard me say what it is. But if you have this identity, your income is going to look very different. You're going to get closer to having your bank account start to match your brilliance. You're going to start to feel the feeling that you want to feel, the freedom that you want to feel. If you make the shift, okay? So, can y'all hang up the phone? It's 3:33, time to get off. Perfect timing. Send at least 5 messages today to try to get 5 real conversations with real humans who will actually talk to you to do the Afro method, something that you should be doing every day anyway. Whatever that resistance is that just came when I said, do it today. And you're like, oh, yeah, no. You need to make an identity shift to who can I call? Who are the 5 people that I can call? You want to do it together? Let's do it together. I'm going to write down the names of 5 people that I can call today or text them to schedule a call to talk about this, whatever this is y'all finna sell for $500, $1,000, whatever it is, $2,500. Who can you call? Somebody sing the Jeopardy song. Write down 5 names. Go ahead. Yep. Now, are you feeling uncomfortable? That's your identity talking. That's your nervous system has not been trained to be the version of you that has $100,000 or more. But that don't mean you can't call these people anyway. Hey, I remember we met at this. Are you still interested in? Because I would love to talk to you. We need 15 minutes. Can you do it now? Or you want to? That's all you saying. If they're like, oh yeah, nah, I'm cool. Just replace their name with somebody else. 5 people that you get 5 conversations either today or you get them booked today. Did you get your 5? I got 7. Okay, so you can do it. Not tomorrow, not next week. Right now. If anybody says, oh yeah, I'd love to have a conversation, get it booked, or go ahead and have it then. What do I say, dog? The Afro method. That's all. That's it. Okay? So the things that we've worked on the last 3-4 days all fit together. They all came together for this moment. Fix your business model, your pricing, your productize how you're showing up for people so it's not different every single client. And only work with quality clients who are buying outcomes from you, not haggling over price. We don't do that. We don't have to. Write all of your offer down on one piece of paper. Naming the pain specifically. Naming your solution. So clear there's no confusion. To the point where it's like almost a guarantee on that piece of paper. Tell me the 1, 2, 3, what it is that you're offering. The first 24 hours when you sign up with us, you're going to get this. After 3 weeks, it's going to be this. By 6 weeks, you're going to have whatever the outcome, whatever it is. Specific. Give me your pricing. If you got several prices, give me that premium and the standard so they can see and know what they can get from you. Put your credibility markers on there and a call to action to make it very clear for them to click and take a step, get on the discovery or whatever the action is you want them to take. Something so clear that somebody can hand it to somebody, never talk to you, and the deal could close without you being there. Write that down. And then go talk to humans. Starting with 5. Do it today. Okay, questions, comments, concerns, challenges, feedback, perspective, and personal story time. Tomorrow's day 99, y'all. We almost made it to the end. So don't collect this as knowledge and like another thing to put in your notebook today. I want you to actually start moving like this so we could build that habit and build that muscle so you could show up as the version of you that actually can make this money and be okay. And if your number is like, I already make $10,000 a month. Okay, what's your next number? What's your next goal? If it's 20, 30,000, whatever it is, where are you trying to scale to? Show up as the version of yourself that's doing that. Start today. Okay, questions before we go? Beautiful. Tomorrow's our double header. You know how we do. If you think of questions along the way, please let me know. I did put it in the chat, but I think everybody was here. All my ladies were here before I put it in the chat, and the streamers have the chat. We'll be going, doing the thing on Saturday. So please meet us there. It's going to be fun times. And for everybody else, I'll see y'all tomorrow. What? We got to go. I got to go. We out. Pew!